There's a little bit of fear happening right now with the amount of ETH that is being sold off by a massive whale. I'm going to cover that. I'm going to tell you if this is going to affect alt season, because that is what is on many people's minds. All right. So as you can tell, this is not a green screen. We're out there in reality here. And that's kind of the way I like these videos. First off, this is on CNBC, new market capital CEO, collateralized Bitcoin, right? A small amount of Bitcoin added to a large amount of high quality credit. What you can accomplish is incredible. It can be a cornerstone to close the asset liability gap for pensions. Now, what does that mean? It means borrowers will have Bitcoin as collateral, which is going to be interesting to see how many people actually go ahead and buy Bitcoin because of this. Yes, it's kind of boring. It's old world structures, but you know what? Many old world structures are not going away. So whatever, it is what it is. It's probably going to be good for the price of Bitcoin. Now, what's not going to be good for the price of Bitcoin is Jim Cramer. It says, all I can tell you is own Bitcoin. That's a winner. This guy is the biggest joke in all of finance, probably in all of financial history. He's the one that said, oh yeah, go ahead and buy Lehman Brothers a couple weeks before it collapsed, or a couple days before it collapsed, back in 2000, I think it was 2008 or something like that. Yeah, I called him out so many times that he ended up blocking me. So that's my Hall of Fame for me. Okay, so moving on, we also have the SEC Commissioner Jamie Lizarranga to resign. So the old clowns are leaving. Hopefully there's not a bunch of new clowns that are going to be coming in. I really hope so, because these people at the SEC, I'm actually shocked that they're going to just be resigning. I hope there's prison time for these people, because they deserve prison time. They really put the US in a really bad spot. They did not have your best interest in mind. They had Wall Street's or the Federal Reserve's interest in mind. But then again, if you don't get rid of the Federal Reserve, nothing's going to change, okay? Now let's go over to a pretty bullish tweet. This is from Gert van Lagen. Now, it's interesting here because I disagree with him, and I think this is one of the warning signs that you're going to need to know to when to kind of take profits when you hear more and more of this. So he goes, $100,000 is a psychological resistance. And that's obvious, we all know that. But he says, I expect a direct continuation, like when hitting $10, I don't remember $10, but I do remember $100, and it skyrocketed then, and $10,000, once we busted out of that $10,000 range, it just flew to $20,000 in no time. So he says there's little time to hit the 220,000 to 320,000 target zone before the recession really kicks in. Feel free to short $100,000 Bitcoin. So I don't think that's something that you should be taking and going, you know what, I'm gonna place my sell orders. I'm not gonna sell before it hits $200,000. I think that's a very bad thing to do. I'm talking like mostly altcoins. If you want to check out how much Bitcoin we're going to be selling, you should check out learningcrypto.com. You'll be surprised how little Bitcoin we are going to be selling. I don't care what the price of Bitcoin is over the long run. I don't really care, because it's more than just a price. It's about, changing hands peer-to-peer, globally, permissionless, and it's immutable, and it has a supply cap. And when central bank digital currencies come about, you're going to definitely want Bitcoin and Monero as well. Here's one thing I do agree with. This guy named Wiz on Twitter, he says, alts will drop hard after the halving, and Bitcoin will take the lead and go on a run, pulling all liquidity. Just as what has happened, just as I've been saying as well. So it's good to have other people that have a brain in this space that are not just like, oh yeah, altcoins, they're gonna run, we're gonna have alt season right away. No. You wait till $100,000, maybe a little more, it goes up a little bit and then it chills. That's when liquidity leaves Bitcoin and goes into altcoins. Okay, he also says alts will run Q4 2024 and Q1 2025, and the Bitcoin top will be between $110,000 and $120,000. So we have a very large, bifurcation between these two numbers or thought processes. So let me know what you think down below. I'd be very interested in to hear. I lean more towards him. I don't think we're going to top at 120, but you know what? I will definitely be taking profits. Like I said, learningcrypto.com if you want to see what we're going to do. So let's go over to the ETH situation now, which scares a lot of people. A whale that accumulated 389,889 ETH, currently worth 1.34 billion, not million, but billion, at an average price of $6, is selling ETH again. So this is a very early whale, right? He accumulated this during January 18th and March 10th, 2016 at an average price of $6. And after remaining dormant for over 8 years, the whale reactivated on November 7th and began selling ETH. Now, here's a kicker that you need to pay attention to. First off, this is not the ETH Foundation selling. And secondly, he only sold 73,356 ETH worth 224 million. I mean, why not? Take profits, right? Good for that guy. And then he left 325,533 ETH worth $1.1 billion. So yes, he's kept most of it. Don't panic. We're still going to have an alt season. And yes, I would definitely recommend you, before alt season starts, check our altcoins out at learningcrypto.com. A lot of them have ran incredible so far. I mean, we've been buying since the bear market. That's when you actually should be buying altcoins. But you know what? I still think there's a chance for us to go absolutely ballistic. With that said, enjoy Rome. Here in back of us is the Vatican, and we just got it done with a tour over there. It was really fun. Talk to you soon.